All right, so this is a recording I'm making for COSC 2418 at Casper College. I'm going to be showing off the my three ideas for my final project and then where I'm at with each of them. I've developed a small program for each of my ideas, so let's go ahead and get started with the first idea. So, character generator. What this is going to do is it's going to basically generate a random playable Dungeons and Dragons character. Um, Most of the the data that I'll need to be handling with this is characters will have statistics for things like health or mana, and I'll be able to randomly generate that. So we can go ahead and look at where I am with that. Oops, I have one open right now. Go ahead. Okay, so let's go over to see where it is right now. So if we go over to, so you can see here I have a character and he only has one attribute right now. And then this is the user that created that character, so that's me, and then the date that I created it. And it's got a home page, but currently the home page is the only page that I've developed for this. But I can go to admin and I can view the characters that already exist, and I can currently add through admin. So I just need to develop a way. I just need to develop a way to implement that into my homepage. And then I haven't yet created a way to randomly generate any numbers, but I have done some research on it, and I think I could implement it if I decided to go with this idea. But that's where that's at right now, just the home page. And then for the second possible idea, I decided to make a continuation on one of my earlier Django projects. This was basically Um, it would log the dates I've had with my girlfriend, so it could let me track like cost and location. And whenever I was working on that project before I turned it in, I wanted to do things like implement a way to add pictures, and I also wanted to make it so each log had its own page. I was only displaying it in the table. So it's an idea that was very, very underdeveloped, and I wanted to make a lot of changes to it for my initial program. I basically ported over because um, the program as it was before was just an app, and one of the um, tutorials, one of the tutorials that we had, it was only an app in it, so I made it uh, its own project, and then I implemented the settings into it, and then I've had a few style changes. Um, for example, I've been putting my templates right in the project folder instead of inside the app folder, which works from a tutorial that I've used, and I kind of prefer it. So I did have to make a few changes to my existing code, and I can just show what that looks right now. And if this is Dr. Grunner, then this is going to look familiar because you've already seen this in one of my previous projects, but it is now its own project, and I was able to implement admin functions, and then I made a few changes to, now there's a lot more variables in my uh, in my methods in my table. Before it was only a couple things like a date, cost, and description, but now I've added title, and I can have authors. So I plan on having multiple users potentially if I decide to go with this program. But currently in its state, it is only a home page. Well, there's a few other pages. Whoops. There's a few other pages like we can edit. Oh, and that didn't happen. We can still add dates. We can still add dates. I think maybe we should try that. Maybe it's not implemented as well as I think, but that's where that one's at. And if I decide to go with this, this would look a lot different, but this is just a good proof for me at least. And then for my last one, this is my recipe idea. This is what I shared as potentially being a group project. I could do this one on my own, but there's a lot of features that I'd like to implement, and it might get a little bit debugging heavy. Whoops, I meant to use Safari. So, but this is currently my most developed. So you can see here, I've got, oh, here's a recipe. Here's a description, who posted it, the date they posted, what it's titled, and then I can actually go to a second page. And then I figured it'd be redundant to do this, especially with how similar it is to my logs for my date logs. So I figured I'd do this just here to show that I could potentially do it. And then this also, it doesn't have a way to add new ones, but I can do that through admin, which I've also implemented here as well. Here I am, and then so like this would be a recipe for cereal. And I'd like to add things like a share button, and then there are users here as well. See, the author is me, and there's also status, so it can be a draft or published. All this stuff isn't anything I've implemented yet. I can only edit it in the admin menu, but that's basically where it's at right now. So this is my most developed program, and that's basically where I'm at. My ideas are character generation, date logs, and a way to share recipes. So that's where I'm at. Goodbye.